on to study session. First item is the Fire Department, Chief Weisman.
Couple of items I'd like to talk to you about this morning. The first one, we held interviews and interviewed several candidates for the position of firefighter. Joseph Schwartzendruber excelled in that interview process. So we would like to move forward with him effective April 5th, if you guys approve that.
Okay, you bring it next week. Mr. Schwartzendruber,
Schwartzendruber, yep.
you would think Weisman would be able to say that, especially since the man has two ends in
Yep. So the next item, we had Brittany Burgess was with us last year as the intern. She's coming back from college again. I would like to have a discussion whether or not we can bring her back. She achieved a lot of great work for us last year, and we would like to bring her back as intern. And I apologize for the dates on here. It says June, but it'd actually be May 17th was where her start date would be, and I forgot to hit save when I put that over. So. Don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that, but we did achieve quite a bit with her last year, and we have hose testing and hydrants again this year that we could definitely use her. And she has expressed an interest, and her father is on paid call right now, but she's expressed an interest in the fire service and after her college career. So,
Okay, the big question is, do you have money in the budget?
I believe so. I don't think it's going to be any more than last year. We approved $2,000 for it. This year we extended it a couple weeks, so it's probably going to be in the same area.
Okay. Can the city treasurer verify your belief? Well, she's looking at that. Do you have anything you want to say about what's been happening in the fire service?
As far as what we're going to do, well, we went from having a wildland fire risk. Now we're going to go to flooding risk. So we're swaying from one to the next. But no, we are. I'm hoping that with all the rain that we green up, we've been very, very fortunate with the weather that we have not had really large grass fires. We've been fortunate enough to get on top of them. We've also made a compact with the fire departments here in the county to dispatch additional units on those high fire risk days. So we're sending more additional resources to those calls to try to get on top of them before they become really bad. But
Did you find it, Janetta? Okay, so you bring it next week?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we're down to Police Department, Chief Golden.
Morning, Mayor, Commissioners. I have one item. Out at the range, we're doing the project to expand it, and we have two buildings that are basically being destroyed by mice, and when it gets warmer, will be wasps. So I'd like to buy a Connex box. We've been looking into different places, and we found one for $4,374 with delivery. It's a 8 foot by 8 foot by 40 foot, and we have $5,000 budgeted for this item.
Okay, you bring it next week?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So where's that gonna go? Just curious.
Out at the range, the new plans, there's actually a
Okay.
location for it.
Okay, all right.
Didn't ask for location from the, verification from the treasurer, but I think you already had it. Okay. All right, Public Lands and Facilities, Wayne Burns.
This is for Turkey Creek Golf Course. On March 8th, City Commission approved a quote from Sergeant Drilling at Salina, Kansas for 2 high service VFD variance frequency drive pumps for Turkey Creek Golf Course Pump House for a cost not to exceed $31,803.56. The price did not include electrical installation. Please find attached the proposal for the electrical wiring for the two new VFDs in the water well house at Turkey Creek Golf Course. Headland thinks with some pre-work on this project, they could get the things changed over during normal business hours and in one day. The total for the cost or for the electrical will be $6,170, bringing the total project for the VFD $37,973.56.
Where do you propose to get this money?
I would just like to say that it is refreshing that somebody besides me asks, where are you going to get this money?
We're going to fundraise for it now.
And it is in the redness on the top of your head from sun during fishing or the question?
No, Janetta and I, we've discussed this and we're going to transfer it over. You want to go ahead and
Give her the microphone. She can stay right there.
Good morning, Commissioners. If you recall, when Wayne first reported on the need for the pumps because of the outage, I was able to report that because of the stellar year the golf course had in 2020, the beginning cash balance exceeded what we had budgeted by around, I believe, $97,000. So those are the funds that we're using to pay for the pumps. It would be the money used for the installation. It was also the money that was going to be used for the ball, golf ball washer, and also for the mower. So I would say after this, we're probably done with cash that's available for unbudgeted expenditures.
Thank you, Jeanette.
But we will transfer this money out of his operating fund and into the equipment so that we capture the entire cost of the pumps and the installation.
Okay, thank you.
You bring it next week, Wayne?
okay, thank you.
Okay, community building, Nick McQueen.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
The group that does the Friendship Meals and Meals on Wheels here in McPherson and Lindsborg, they use the senior center kitchen to operate out of to do this area. They're going to have to shut down the kitchen here for a few weeks at the senior center because of water damage suffered during the cold spell. So they've reached out to us to see if it would be possible to use a community building kitchen for the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, to operate out of temporarily. Just wondering if we can, if we want to go ahead and let them use that. Scheduling wise, there are a few things over the next few weeks that we can work around. After that, it'd be a little trickier to do, but I think we could do it for a few weeks if need be. Just whether or not we want to do that. The cost involved would just be whatever our utilities are to run the kitchen a little bit extra.
I'd certainly be in favor of allowing him to do that. You need approval of that now?
If we can do it, I'd like to offer it up to them this week to get started if they need to. So
Do we
Wait
need
just a
any
little bit.
type of signed agreement, city attorney?
It's just going to be a typical rental agreement. You should already have that.
yeah, we just and waive the fees. And they did offer to offer up their insurance certificate if we need them to
Yeah.
do that as well.
Probably
to
need to-
cover
We just
their-
want to be sure that when they're done, the kitchen is in the same shape as when they started.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Okay. Yeah. And if we can bring that back today, that'd be
Okay.
great.
Okay.
We'll bring it back today. Okay, Public Works, Jeff Woodward.
We've had two requests to close parking in the downtown area. The first one we received from Don Blanc from Blanc Construction to close 2 parking spots mid-block on the north side of 122 North Main, which is the south side of Marlin. He'd like to have the parking spots closed for 6 weeks to park his job trailer at that location. Closing 2 spots mid-block will have the least impact on the adjacent businesses.
I'd say bring it,
Okay.
you need that now?
We'll bring it back up. Bring it back up. Yeah.
Second one, we received a request from Cecil Randa Construction to close 3 parking spots on the south side of 301 North Main, which is the north side of Euclid. He'd like to have the parking spots closed until the end of April to park his job trailer at that location, closing 3 spots. And it's kind of mid-block. Will have the least impact on the adjacent businesses there.
Okay,
Okay, we'll bring it
we'll
up.
bring them back here in a little bit.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else for study session?